I'm 680 News Senior Business Editor Mike Eppel. Good start to the year for the Canadian labor market. Numbers in from Stats Canada today showing that close to 67,000 jobs were added to the economy in January. That was way above even the most optimistic forecasts. And the lead province was Ontario, with a job growth rate of more than 40,000 for the month. Now, where were the jobs? Private sector. The job creation in that particular component was record-breaking for January. The services sector up 70,000. Now, it wasn't all provinces seeing jobs growth. In fact, Alberta and Saskatchewan both lost jobs for a second month in a row, as the damage done from that very weak price for oil in the later stages of 2018 held things back. But we did see, overall, the unemployment rate also go up to 5.8%. But there was a silver lining to that, as more Canadians went back into the workforce, confident they'll find work. Royce Mendez is with CIBC Capital Markets.
Yeah, we always say that when the labor force increases and the unemployment rate ticks up, that's actually a good sign, because it means more people are looking for work, more people want to be engaged in the economy.
The wage growth for January was fairly steady. No inflationary pressures, and the thinking is the Bank of Canada still does not have to raise interest rates until the middle of the year at the earliest. Stock markets were limping into the weekend. We saw Bay Street and Wall Street pull back today, as next week we'll have a big restart on the U.S.-China trade negotiations. And going into that with an end-of-month deadline to get a deal, there doesn't seem to be a lot of optimism that a deal is close at hand. So we could see tariffs between the U.S. and China going up again in March, and investors don't like the sounds of that, and they were selling main stocks on Bay and Wall Street today. Meantime, one company that did very well on the market today was Mattel. Call it a toy story, as Barbie saw yearly sales of more than $1 billion for the first time in 5 years after a brand refresh, and Mattel saw very strong numbers. Stock price was up by 18% today. Hasbro, meantime, saw a lower profitability for the fifth consecutive quarter, but they were teasing some new toys related to Star Wars and Marvel Comics. And Hasbro share price today was down, but overall has had a pretty good 12 months. Skechers USA had a record-breaking 2018. The footwear company saw sales top $1 billion for the first time ever, and their guidance was good, as that is a popular brand in the U.S. retail space. Share price of Skechers up by 18% today on Wall Street. And one of the most historic brands in U.S. retail has been saved from the scrap heap. Sears is getting another go at it, with billionaire Eddie Lampert's and his $5.2 billion buyout being approved by a U.S. bankruptcy judge. Lampert was the previous owner of Sears Holdings, but with the restructuring gets rid of a lot of debt in the process. They save 425 Sears locations and upwards of 45,000 U.S. retail jobs. From the 680 newsroom, I'm Mike Eppel for City News.